Hey everybody, today we will be focusing on exception handling. Specifically, I will be going over input mismatch exception. This is a way to ensure that we get the input that we want from the user. This type of error handling is some next level stuff. It goes well beyond regular boundary checking. Let us dive into this code here so I can explain through my personal favorite way to learn, real examples. Okay, so bringing you up to date before we get into this try-catch really quick, we create a new scanner object and we will reference it using the variable name keyboard. We initialize the integer variable name guess to 0, and we have the system print out a question asking if you can figure out the secret number between 10 and 20. We create a new random number generator and use the integer variable name random number to reference it. And then we have the generator randomly picking a number between 10 and 20 and storing it to that chosen number in the integer variable name number. Alright, so now for the good stuff. Here we have the almighty try-catch block inside of a while loop, of course. So going through what happens first is once the random number is chosen, the next code it reaches is the while loop. It checks to see if the variable guess is not equal to the variable name number. Now remember, we initialized guess to 0 earlier, and the random number is somewhere between 10 and 20. So because that while statement is true, the program then dives into that loop. The next thing it reaches is the try statement. Now the system will go further into the loop and print out what is your guess, along with giving the user a chance to respond with an answer by typing and pressing enter, of course. And after the user has entered their answer, the program then checks with their response with the following statements. These if statements are checking for three things: whether the guess is lower than the correct number, higher than the correct number, or equal to the correct number. There's a lot of ground to cover, and these if statements do cover a lot, but it's missing something. What if the user typed something that isn't a number? Well, if the user's response doesn't fall under any of the if statements, then there is one final barrier to protect the program from crashing. That is the catch statement, and for this program, it is an input mismatch exception. If this catch statement executes, the system will print out that it caught something, and that the input was not a valid integer input, followed by giving the user another chance to guess. One thing to note here is look at where the catch statement is put. It is put after the try block, but before the while block ends. This means that if the entire block fails, the catch block has its back, and it will catch it if set up correctly, of course. Alright, let's run this and prove to you that it works. Let's give it some space. Alright, so first let's just check for numbers both greater and lower than the random number to make sure it gives us correct feedback. Let's go with 25. It's too high, guess lower, okay? Let's go with something below 10. Too low, guess higher. Alright, now let's check if the user enters a non-integer. Let's put like A or something. Alright, so it has been caught, and it gives the correct feedback, and then it gives the user another chance to guess. Well, there you have it, a try-catch block in all of its glory. Hope this helps, and have a good day, everybody. Cheers.